Let's hear it for the Beach Boys!
The music world mourned as Brian Wilson, the iconic co-founder of the Beach Boys, passed away at 82. While his family initially requested privacy, the cause of death remained undisclosed, leaving fans worldwide in sorrow and speculation. Later, his daughter Carnie Wilson revealed the truth. Brian spent his final year in near-total memory loss following the death of his beloved wife, Melinda Ledbetter. Confined to a wheelchair and living under guardianship, he spent his last months largely unrecognizing even those closest to him. A childhood marked by struggle. Born in 1942 in Englewood, California, Brian's early years were shaped by hardship. His father, Murray Wilson, was an abusive perfectionist whose violence left Brian partially deaf in one ear. Music became both refuge and salvation. Fascinated by harmonies, he taught himself composition and formed the Beach Boys with his brothers and friends. While their songs celebrated sun, surf, and youth, Brian's personal reality was far darker. Shyness, anxiety, and obsessive perfectionism dominated his life. Studio hours stretched endlessly as he sought sonic excellence, often at the cost of his own well-being. Genius, triumph, and turmoil. By his early 20s, Brian was hailed as a prodigy. Hits like Surfin' USA and Fun, Fun, Fun cemented the Beach Boys as icons of California pop. Yet, touring life became unbearable. A 1964 panic attack ended his days on the road, pushing him into the studio where he created Pet Sounds. Though now hailed as a masterpiece, it initially struggled commercially, and the rejection weighed heavily on Brian. Battling voices, paranoia, and substance abuse, his ambitious Smile project collapsed, leaving him creatively and emotionally fractured. Control, manipulation, and isolation. The 1970s brought reclusion. Brian became bedridden, overweight, and withdrawn. His family enlisted psychologist Eugene Landy, whose initial help spiraled into control, taking over nearly every aspect of Brian's life, including finances, production, and songwriting credits. By 1991, a court severed Landy's influence, freeing Brian but leaving him emotionally vulnerable. These years remain among the most controversial in music history, a tale of genius trapped not only by mental illness, but by those claiming to protect him. Love, redemption, and loss. Melinda Ledbetter became Brian's anchor, offering patience, care, and guidance. With her support, he completed Smile in 2004, receiving widespread acclaim and a Grammy nomination. For 2 decades, Brian reconnected with music, fans, and family. Yet Melinda's death in 2024 devastated him. Grief, compounded by neurological decline, led to profound withdrawal. His final months were marked by silence, a shadow of the vibrant mind that once redefined pop music. An enduring musical legacy. Though his last years were sorrowful, Brian Wilson's impact is eternal. Pet Sounds remains a benchmark of musical innovation, influencing generations from Paul McCartney to Radiohead. Songs like God Only Knows and Wouldn't It Be Nice endure as timeless expressions of emotional depth and innocence. Carnie Wilson's tribute encapsulated her father's essence, a man who transformed pain into harmony and found freedom through his art. Brian Wilson's life was far from simple, a complex symphony of genius, struggle, and ultimate beauty, forever echoing across the waves of musical history.